Hello friends and welcome back to YouTube channel that is Mechanical Engineering Make Easy. In that we are moving with SOM. This is 14th lecture and today's lecture we are going to start with center of gravity and moment of inertia. These are two very basic concepts but too much important for our study purpose. Okay, so let's begin. Firstly, we will go with center of gravity. So what exactly center of gravity is? Center of gravity is nothing but whole weight of body is supposed to be concentrated at that one point. That is nothing but center of gravity. Or another definition is likewise whole gravitational force is supposed to be act on that one point. Okay, that is nothing but center of gravity. So with the help of figure I will show you. This is xy axis and this is our one body. Okay, that body will have different atoms at different locations. Maybe this is first atom x1 y1 location, second atom at x2 y2 location, third atom at x3 y3 location, fourth atom at x4 y4 location. Maybe number of atoms will be there, and by combining all the atoms we will get one point through which whole weight of that body is supposed to be concentrated at that one point. That is nothing but center of gravity that will have coordinate x bar and y bar. Okay, so we have analyzed with the help of figure and we reached one formula to calculate x bar and y bar. That formula are x bar equal to summation of ai xi upon summation of ai. So what exactly ai xi ai? Okay, ai is nothing but area of that atom or area of that molecule, whatever we are considering. Okay, or we can consider not directly molecule, we will consider some shape like rectangular shape, circular shape. Okay, that are also possibilities. So area of that diagram into x component of that diagram. Okay, for example, if we have considered this point 1, so ultimately here a1 x1 upon a1. Okay, and how we are going to calculate x bar? That x bar will be, for example, if we have considered 4 points in the figure, then ultimately here a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 plus a4 x4 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4. Okay, this will be x bar. How we have calculated? Just done the summation of ai xi upon summation of ai. Means number of positions we have, that only we have added into this equation. Similarly, we can calculate y bar. Y bar is equal to summation of ai yi upon summation of ai. Simply just replace this x1, x2, x3, x4 terms by y1, y2, y3, y4. Then we will get the value of y bar. What is y bar? This is nothing but y coordinate of this center of gravity. Center of gravity have two coordinates. That is nothing but x bar and y bar. So this is the formula for x bar and this is the formula for y bar. So note down these both formulas. These are too much important and these are too much basic concept. You may know previously also, but again I need to complete all the basic concept first. Then we will move towards next topic, and that is nothing but moment of inertia. Okay, this topic we are going to take now. So for that, I will just draw one figure here. Okay, so this is one body. That body will have some. We have considered only one small section of dA. That whole area of body will be capital A, and we have considered one small section which is dA, which will have this is x component and this is y component. Okay, this is x component and this is y component. And what happens exactly with this body? Okay, and what exactly moment of inertia is? Moment of inertia is nothing but the another name is second moment of area, or another name is rotational moment of inertia. Okay, or rotational inertia. So what happens exactly in this? Inertia is nothing but one energy that is contained by that body, and if for example one vehicle which is in motion, forward motion with for example 40 kmph, 40 km per hour. So what happens, that body have the motion of 40 km per hour and that body is moving. Okay, and because of this what happens, if we are removing our accelerating force, then also body will tend to move in that direction. and this is because of the moment of inertia or inertial force. Okay, so that is nothing but basic concept of moment of inertia. So again, this value will be Iyy. Okay, moment of inertia in y direction, Iyy. Then this will be Ixx, that is nothing but moment of inertia in x direction. Okay, then next terms we will take. Okay, I am moving with too much basic concept. There are some standard formulas to calculate moment of inertia, but in today's lecture I am only working on the basic concepts of moment of inertia and center of gravity. So Ixx is equal to summation of y square into dA, and Iyy is equal to summation of x square into dA. Okay, summation of x square and summation of y square means we need to take all the points into consideration and just do summation of that is y square into dA and x square into dA. So this will give us value of Ixx and this will give us value of Iyy. So note down these both two formulas, and then also you will have any confusion, then you can ask me in comment box. Okay, then we will move towards next concept. Okay, so for calculation of moment of inertia, there are two very popular theorems, that is nothing but parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. So we will look that theorems. So firstly we will move with parallel axis theorem. What exactly parallel axis theorem? Okay, for example, if this is body and this is the axis which is passing through CG of body. Okay, so ultimately every inertia or that I formula, okay, what exactly that is nothing but inertia that we calculate with the help of this axis passing through CG. But if we need to calculate that moment of inertia on some different axis which is parallel to the axis of center of gravity, okay, which is parallel to this axis, then the moment of inertia about this axis that we need to calculate with the help of parallel axis theorem. Parallel axis theorem. Okay, this is parallel axis theorem. So how it will be? That is nothing but IAB. AB is nothing but this axis, and this is CG, means the axis passing through CG of that body. Okay, which is equal to ICG plus AR square. Okay, so what exactly A and R square? A is nothing but total area of body. Okay, total area of body, and R is nothing but distance between these two axes. Okay, R is nothing but distance between two axes, and this is total area. This is moment of inertia about CG, and this is moment of inertia about AB. So this is nothing but parallel axis theorem. So note down this. Okay, and if you are facing any confusion, then let me know in comment box. So definitely I will try to remove that. And next is perpendicular axis theorem. What exactly perpendicular axis theorem is? Perpendicular axis theorem is nothing but here I need to draw three coordinates. For example, this is x, y and z. Okay, and here there is one body which will have area A. Okay, and we know this body's moment of inertia in x direction, that is nothing but Ixx, for example, and in y direction we know that is Iyy. So what is the area, moment of inertia with the z axis, that is Izz. So as that body is in xy plane, and we know moment of inertia about yy and moment of inertia about xx. So with the help of perpendicular axis theorem, okay, with the help of perpendicular axis theorem, that Izz is simply summation of Ixx plus Iyy. Okay, this is nothing but perpendicular axis theorem, that we know Ixx and Iyy, this is perpendicular, and the axis which is perpendicular to this plane, xy plane, so moment of inertia about that axis will equal to Ixx plus Iyy. This is nothing but perpendicular axis theorem. So note down this formula, and if possible then draw this figure also. Okay, then again up till now we have studied some basic concepts like Ixx, Iyy, Izz. But what will happen if there is, we need to calculate the moment of inertia like Ixy. Okay, how we can calculate the moment of inertia? That is nothing but Ixy. So for that the formula is there, which is nothing but Ixy is equal to integration of x into y into dA. Up till now the formulas for Ixx and Iyy are, okay, Ixx equal to integration of y square dA and Iyy is equal to integration of x square dA. So what we have done here, we have to calculate the moment of inertia about xy. Okay, means here we have considered one plane here, that is nothing but xy plane. So for that we have just split this y square and x square, that is y into y, x into x, and we have taken each term from both the formulas. So x into y into dA, this is nothing but Ixy. So this is also too much important formula. So note down this formula also. Okay. Then if you are enjoying my session, then please like, share and subscribe. I have separate playlist for all the separate subjects. So go to my channel and watch that all videos. If you are preparing for GATE exam, or if you are if you are doing your degree, then also you can prefer my all lectures. Then I will move towards the next topic, that is nothing but principal moment of inertia. Principal moment of inertia. Up till now we have studied the moment of inertia, basics of moment of inertia, and in some previous lectures we have studied simple stresses, normal stresses, shear stresses, etc. And after that we have studied some another concept, that is nothing but principal stresses, maximum principal stress, minimum principal stress. Again same concept we are going to use with the help of moment of inertia, that is nothing but principal moment of inertia. Okay, so likewise in case of principal stresses there was maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress. Again same here, in case of principal moment of inertia there is the value of maximum principal moment of inertia and minimum principal moment of inertia. So what are that? I will combine both the formulas, Imax comma Imean, which is equal to Ix plus Iy by 2 plus minus under root Ix minus Iy by 2 whole square plus Ixy square. Okay, what is the formula? If we need to calculate the Imax, so for that Ix plus Iy by 2 plus, okay, we will take here plus sign, then under root Ix minus Iy by 2 whole square plus Ixy square. Okay, this is the formula for Imax, and for Imean simply replace this plus sign by minus sign. All formula is same. So these are nothing but principal moment of inertia, maximum principal moment of inertia and minimum principal moment of inertia. Okay, then again angle of principal axes. Okay, likewise in case of that principal stresses, at that time the shear stress was 0, then that plane is principal plane and the stresses on that plane are principal stresses. Likewise here also there is okay, that axis about which the principal plane or principal moment of inertia will occur, that will have some orientation. So that orientation we are going to calculate with the help of another formula, and that is nothing but twice alpha is equal to tan inverse of twice Ixy upon Ix minus Iy. Okay, so this is nothing but angle between principal axes. Okay, this is angle between principal axes. So this is also very important formula. So note down this formula and this formula. Both formulas are important. So then we will move towards last topic of our lecture, and that is nothing but bonus point. As you know, at the end of every lecture I comes up with some bonus points for you. That bonus points are going to help you for studying also and for solving numericals. So bonus point for today's lecture, and that is nothing but polar moment of inertia. Okay, likewise there are mainly two terms of moment of inertia. One is our normal moment of inertia and another is polar moment of inertia. Okay, Up till now we have studied only some basic formulas, but there are some standard formulas for standard shapes, like there is circular shaft, then hollow circular shaft, solid circular shaft. So for different cases there are different standard formulas to calculate moment of inertia. So same formulas we are going to take here for polar moment of inertia. Polar moment of inertia and normal moment of inertia. Okay. So for solid circular section, okay, if there is a solid circular bar, then in that case the polar moment of inertia will be pi by 32 d raised to 4, and here normal moment of inertia will be pi by 64 d raised to 4. Okay, then next is for hollow. If there is hollow circular shaft, then for that pi by 32 d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4, here pi by 64 d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4. All the formulas are simply same. Okay, this is nothing but diameter, this is outside diameter, this is inside diameter, outside diameter and inside diameter. Okay, these are the formulas for solid circular shaft, these are the formulas for hollow circular shaft. Then there is another case, that is nothing but if there is square section. Okay, there may be chances that one bar is there which is square likewise. Okay, which will have each side as A. Okay, so for that the polar moment of inertia will be equal to A raised to 4 upon 6. Okay, this is for square section with side A. In that case the polar moment of inertia will be A raised to 4 upon 6. Okay, so these are some very important formulas, important standard formulas which we are going to use in future for solving numericals. So note down these all the formulas, and in next lecture I will come up with the moment of inertia of rectangle and etc. Some standard cases of moment of inertia. So up till now, let's enjoy my all other another sessions, and we will meet again. Thank you, friends.